Hello, everyone. Welcome to my little presentation here. I decided to do an impromptu video on 5 ways that you can attract staff this weekend. And I know many of you are in a spot where you're like, yeah, I just really need some people. So what can I do? And it's the weekend and we tend not to want to do anything. So I wanted to come to you and share with you after a full day of coaching, just some things that you can do to really help you attract staff. So I'm going to break it down for you. I've got 3 C's, an R, and I'll say an S to share with you. So I encourage you to really think about the things that you can do this weekend so that you can start off the week really ready, geared up to attract some great staff. And you can actually start this right here, right now. So, one of the first things that I want to share with you is that you want to, this is my first C, get really clear. I want you to clarify who it is that you want to attract. And a lot of times when we lose people or we're thinking about people that we need, we think about what we don't want. We don't want people who will do this. We don't want people who will do that and this and this and this. And we've got that whole list. But one thing I want to encourage you to do is to start thinking about the things that you do want. And one exercise that I take my clients through is drawing a stick figure person and draw that stick figure person. And I want you to look at this stick figure person often, but around this person, write down the characteristics and qualities that you would like your new dreamy team member to possess. It's really important that you get clear on who it is that you want to attract so that you can take the image that you wrote down on a piece of paper and look at the candidates that you're bringing in going, okay, I could see how this person might be one of my dreamy future team members. So, step number 1 out of my 5 ways to attract staff this weekend is to get really clear. And I am using the word attract on purpose because I really believe in attraction. And when you get clear on what you want, and when you write that down, you are more likely to bump into that person somewhere unexpected, right? The universe is rearranging itself so that you start meeting the people who you are looking for. So, gaining clarity is a really important first step. The second step I want to share with you, my second C, is to connect. And you want to use, and you could do it simply with social media, is start connecting with people. So let's say you're one of my childcare folks and you're looking for some great childcare staff. I would start searching people who are working in childcare on LinkedIn. I would also search people who are working in childcare on Facebook. Become their friends, connect with them, and just send them a little message to say, hey, it's great to connect. And you want to start making these connections on a regular basis because, I tell you what, a lot of people who are out there working are also open to entertaining other opportunities, other possibilities that maybe what you have to offer would appeal to them. So always remember to connect and set a goal for yourself that you're just going to connect with 10 people this weekend, 5 on Facebook, 5 on LinkedIn, because I guarantee you the ideal dreamy staff that you are looking for are probably already working. They're not the person sitting at home eating a bag of Doritos, watching TV. They are the people who are either actively looking for a job, so they're on LinkedIn, they're on Facebook, they're networking, or they're that person who already has a job in the industry, but they might know somebody who would be interested in your opportunity, or maybe someday they would be that person who's interested in that opportunity. So we want to clarify and then we want to connect. The third thing that we want to do is we want to have conversations. And when you're out and about, you're getting groceries over the weekend, see how many people you can casually strike up a conversation with. And I'll do this with people at Walmart or the office supply store. And I'll just say, hey, how do you like your job? And I'll wait and hear what they say. And if they say, oh, yeah, it sucks, and the hours suck, and this sucks, and everything's horrible, they're not necessarily the person I want to take it any further with. But if I say, how do you like your job? And they say, oh, man, I love it. I say, well, what is it that you love about your job? And they'll say, I love connecting with the people. I love doing this and I love doing that. I'll say, okay, great. You know, tell me more about what it is that you like doing. So I'll just continue the conversation. But the amazing thing happens is that once you engage in that conversation, with a person, whether it's the cashier or just somebody that you see walking through the aisles in a store. They'll say, huh, well, what is it that you do? Tell me more about you, or at least your ideal dreamy candidate will. And I remember once I laid out a challenge to I was doing a conference for my childcare owners, and I challenged them. I said, go tonight and just have conversations. This was owners and directors who were at this event. And they went out and had conversations. And the directors came back the next day and they're like, oh yeah, we had conversation. We met this guy at a gas station and he was like this really old guy and we felt he was safe to speak with. I said, great, perfect, great conversation to have. And I followed up with them a couple of weeks later, and they say, you know what happened? That man said that he had children or he had grandchildren, and his son was looking for a place to take them. So he said that he would refer his son to us to come and take his children for childcare. And they didn't think anything of it at the time, but the next thing you know, his son walks in with a couple of kids and ends up enrolling. So you never know if with having these conversations, you're going to attract a new client or a new team member. So keep your opportunities open. And you never know who knows who. So even if you have a conversation with somebody and they're not going to leave their job, if you have that conversation, you might say, oh, well, if you know somebody who might be interested in our opportunity, please send them our way. And make sure you've got business cards on you or a little flyer that you can share with people who might be interested in. All right, so these are 3 things so far. So we want to clarify, we want to connect, and we want to have conversations. Good so far? All right, the next thing we want to do is rave. And regardless of how desperate you're feeling for staff, one of the things that I want you to think about is how excited am I for the most valuable team member that I currently have? And then what I want you to do is to go onto Facebook or go onto LinkedIn and rave about your team, rave about your team member. Just express some genuine enthusiasm about the people who you have working for you. Because those kind of posts, especially if you're a little creative about it, can easily get shared. And at the end of it, you say, if you know anybody else who's interested in joining this amazing team, please share this out. And you don't know where that video will end. And when I have people who post raves or post a video rave, those things get shared out and they get shared out in the most views of any post that they've ever made. So rave. The last thing that I want to share with you on this video for our 5th way of attracting staff this weekend is to share your vision. And you could do this on social media. You could do it on LinkedIn. You could do it on Facebook. You could just in person share your vision. But I really believe that there is power when you connect with people and you share your vision and you say, hey, do you know anybody who would like to be a part of our vision? And they might be like, oh, yeah, I would love to hear more. And you say, great, come on and let's have lunch. Or maybe they say, oh, Mr. Jones over here, he would be really good for that position that you have open. And don't just share your vision about your company or your program. If you're one of my childcare folks, don't just let your vision stop there. Share your vision about what you want to create with your team. And I remember one of my first guests on my podcast that we're still working on launching it, but Peter Chopin, I remember following him on Facebook and he would share his vision for his team. And one of the brilliant things that he did is he put a picture up on Facebook and he said, I have built such an incredible team. It's my vision to have this picture wall completed with all these dynamic staff. And he says, I only have 3 more pictures to get pictures for, 3 more slots to put in pictures for, right? He posted this picture wall. He said, if you know anybody who would be a good fit for the vision that we have, please send them my way. And I thought it was a very creative way because he just shared his vision for growth for his team and posted this picture wall up and said, who's going to be my last 2 photos that we add to this wall? So those are 5 ways that you can start attracting staff this weekend. I hope truly that it's something that you get excited about because it doesn't have to stop, right? Just because the work week is over doesn't mean that your opportunity to clarify who you want to attract to connect with people you want to attract, to have conversations with people, and to rave and to share your vision has to end. Actually, this is a perfect time because people are out and about, they're on social media, and I wholeheartedly believe that the people that you want to be a part of your team are here. So please remember to start by clarifying. Draw your stick figure person, draw those characteristics and qualities around that person, and let the universe do its good and help you attract that person. But then get busy. Connect with people through LinkedIn, through social media, through Facebook. Find people working in this industry, in your industry. Have conversations, rave, and share your vision, not only for your company, but share your vision for the team you're creating. It will inspire other people to want to be a part of who you are and what you're doing. I'm Julie Barkus. I hope these tips have benefited you, and I'll be back with more soon. See you later.